Here. I'm your host, Sheila Seppi. So welcome to Cosmic Conversations. This month, I am so blessed to have the beautiful Shayla Sananda with me, serving as my co-host. So I want to go ahead and bring her up. Hello, hello. And we have another beautiful guest with us who is our speaker tonight. And times going by tomorrow. So you may hear us flip back and forth between Heidi and tomorrow, but we are so glad that she's here. And Shayla has such a wonderful relationship with her. I asked if she could go ahead and do the introductions. But before we do, I do want to thank everyone who's here with us in the audience. I want to thank whether you're here live, if you're watching the replays, if you're watching us live on Zoom, or if you are on Zoom, please hit like and subscribe. But if you're also watching us on any of our platforms on Roku or Amazon, Apple TV, any place like that, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your being here. And again, I have to say, I appreciate Shayla for being here with me this month. She has brought some absolutely phenomenal speakers. And so Shayla, I'm going to let you go ahead with the introduction, and I'm just going to step away.
Okay, thank you so much, Sheila. I'm so happy to be here again with all of you. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm Shayla Sananda, and really happy to be the co-host for this month. And so it's so fun because I get to introduce my dear friend tomorrow, also known as Heidi Sime. And she's someone I've been friends with for 4 years now. She and her husband, Thaddeus, are known as Primal Hacker, and they put on amazing retreats, and they're biohackers. And I'm going to share her bio first, and then I'll say a little bit more about the amazing things about tomorrow. Tomorrow has been living as tape on a life-sized piecing together colorful cutouts of self-declaration and self-illumination. You can tell she's really creative. She knows life through design, art, biohacking, experimenting, meditating, drawing, reading, love, traveling, exploring, hiking, sleeping, parenting, and loving all of the essential things that make up a woman too young for her age and too old for her snappy outfits. I don't think that's true. Never too old. She was born from hot Polish gypsy blood and experimented with all that life has to offer, both deviant and holistic. She's a visionary leader in her field and of health and wellness, and a health and wellness coach. Her goal is to live life to the fullest in each present moment. And so, well, first of all, welcome tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I'm honored. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah. And I just really want to share, I mean, that's your bio, but I just want to share from my own experience with you. From the first time that I met Heidi, and I'm going to call her Heidi because that's how I know you. From the first time I met you 4 years ago at the Primal Hacker Mastermind retreat, it was just like this sister connection. And every year we've built this really beautiful friendship, and you're such a wealth of knowledge. I mean, she has so much to share. I think the hardest thing is like, what should she share? Because she's a writer, she's an artist, she's an amazing parent, and just has so much incredible information, biohacker from the feminine point of view. And there aren't that many female voices in biohacking, and so spiritual, and a Kundalini yoga practitioner, and goes on and on and on. So it's just such a joy to be able to share you with this audience and let people get to know you. And I will stop talking and let you take it from there. Take it away tomorrow.
Wow, Shayla, I'm going to have you introduce me more often. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Well, I'm so honored to be here, and with Shayla, that was absolutely beautiful. And Sheila, thank you again. This is really cool. So today, you guys, I'm actually going to be talking a lot about Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini yoga is near and dear to my heart. It is something that is a modality that it's pretty esoteric, and it's not really known by many people throughout, even the spiritual communities, maybe in some like breath work, but we're going to actually go through some breath work today. And there's some really special things that some of my Peruvian shaman friends have taught me recently that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I'm also going to be taking you through a little warm-up process to like get our spines all nice and limber. So when I first learned about this modality, it really changed my life. And I didn't even know like what was happening so I'm going to say Kundalini yoga, like literally found me. So, and that's what we say in the Kundalini world. So Kundalini, I'm going to draw like a little banner up here, like in your imagination. So Kundalini is the mother of all yoga. And of course, we've all heard of yoga before, and we do yoga and blah, blah, blah. But Kundalini really is like this broad, like really esoteric expanse of an idea and an energy and a breath. And it's like all these things kind of culminated into this one thing. So when we talk about Kundalini yoga, it can mean a myriad of different things. And when I was like being drawn to this modality, I would be practicing. I found it on actually a video, and my teacher, her name is Maya Fines. And I was in a really dramatic, like upsetting, just really, really terrible relationship. And I was like, I needed something that I was going to start folding in and looking for something out, like within myself, not outside of myself. And I found this yoga modality. So I was like, what is this? I don't even know like what this is all about. And what I found is like, I was chanting, I was moving my body in these like really beautiful spiritual ways, and I was closing down my eyes. And so that is actually a couple of the things that Kundalini is like set apart from all the different yoga practices. So Kundalini is like up here, and then it drops down to like Hatha, Vinyasa, like everything drops down from Kundalini. So Kundalini has been kept a secret in America, and it actually was brought here by Yogi Bhajan in the 1960s. And he got a download in India that this modality really needed to be expanded throughout America, because people were having such really, crazy addiction issues specifically in San Francisco in the 1960s. So he like had this calling. He's like, I need to go to America. So he brought this modality with him. And I'm going to cut that story just a little bit shorter for time's sake. But what people found out is that like by going further inward, and they were healing addictions, they were getting people off the street. They were like, it was like really profound. And then people were wearing robes, and they were like wrapping themselves in robes, and they were finding like this sense of, self-worth and confidence. And actually it's a quantum modality technology that's like inside our bodies. So they were having these chemical reactions and having profound, like realizations of like, I don't need substances. So like when you hear people say I get high on my own supply, like that's breath work, right? But it's actually kind of stems from Kundalini yoga. And it was like, we can take this modality and we can kind of intersperse this, like coming out of an addiction and moving into this other thing. So, so it's just super exciting. And when this modality found me, I was like, I'm so curious anyway. I was like, what is this? Like, what is this whole new world I didn't even know about? I would be in other yoga classes and I'd be closing down my eyes. I'd be like, I'm late to the next thing because I'm like, raise my hand. Like, when are we going further within? Like, when are we starting to go inwards more in this yoga class? And because I'm like, where's the spirituality, like in the yoga, when it just felt like it was really physical, right? And if you've ever been in a regular yoga class, it can feel that way. So I found this modality and started practicing it by myself. And really what you do is like, it's a breath hold. So that's like, most people know about Kundalini yoga as the root lock, and it's called Mulahar, and you squeeze your pelvic floor, you lift your pelvic floor, and we're going to be doing this in a little bit. But you lift your pelvic floor away from the earth, and you pull in the navel, and you bring this breath up. That's called the Sushumna. It's the middle path. It's the silver tube. There's 100 names for it. I actually found one in this. I have a new book that I just picked up, and this woman calls it the otherworldly channel. And I'm like, oh my God, that's distracting, by the way. Like all of that is just very distracting. Like in the pool, like people in here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. We have house guests and it's like, whatever. Okay. I was talking to my husband. So it's called the otherworldly channel that goes through the pivot of the body. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is such a cool like way to explain this breath that we're bringing up the silver tube. So there's nadis that move through the body, and there's all these different channels, right? But there's this middle channel, and that's our spine. So the middle channel, Sushumna is what it's called, goes up, and then we connect into the pineal gland. So I started doing this modality, and I was like, this is creating something in my life that's so different. And I started changing, like chemically. I was still in this really tumultuous relationship, but I was like, I'm a little bit happier. I'm just a little bit like, like things after I get done, I'm like, oh, this is really blissful. I just walk away from it and be like, what am I like? What is it I'm doing? But I didn't even really know, I was like, I'm just doing this new thing. And I do a lot of new things. So I kept going back to it and back to it. And finally I was like, okay, there's something here. I need to know more about this. And so I took a teacher training in 2021. And I like really just up-leveled my knowledge base about Kundalini yoga. And I took another class, and that was with my teacher. Her name is Maya Fines, and she's kind of a big deal out on the West Coast. And she's super cool. So I took another teacher training from some yogis in Rishikesh, India. And that was like, so I got like a really traditional knowledge base on Kundalini yoga. And then I got like a more westernized, American take on it. So what Maya has done, and she calls it, instead of, she doesn't really call it Kundalini yoga, she calls it yoga for real life. And so she changes some words in it for a reason, because she did take like a kind of I don't want to say a departure, but she put like a different twist on it because she's a musician. And being a musician, she wanted to incorporate some of her own music, and she wanted it to be more fun. So Kundalini yoga, if you have ever heard or been in a Kundalini yoga class, where people are wearing the turbans, everybody's dressed in white, like it's kind of, it can be stoic, and it can be kind of like a yang, pretty fiery practice. Well, my teacher made it more yin. And I think that's what teed me up to it. And I was like, ooh, I was raised I was praised being a tomboy when I was younger. And I was looking for something in my life that was like more feminine, and the word Kundalini actually is dormant energy at the base of the spine. That's like what it means. It's called the coiled serpent energy. And it's actually a feminine energy, which I don't think, some people really understand that, but it really, a lot of us have heard the word Shakti. And so it's like the Shakti is this spiraling, this energy that moves around the male principle, which is the spine, and the Kundalini. So a lot of people that are like belly dancers and that can move their bodies in different planes, they have an awakened Kundalini, which is really interesting. So when your Kundalini opens, it's basically like a gentle, slow drip of doing plant medicine too. So that's actually really cool. And so that's something that appeals to me. And I'm like, oh, well, how does this feel like when my spine is moving and I feel limber? And it's actually anti-aging too. And so when we're awakening this dormant energy that's lying at the base of the spine, it's like you're bringing this energy, you guys, like that probably hasn't been activated, right? And that's just how our human bodies are designed. So we're activating that energy by this breath hold, and you're squeezing your pelvic floor. And the first time I heard my teacher say this, she was like, squeeze your sex organs, squeeze your anus, pull it up. And I'm like, what is she saying? I was like, this is crazy, right? And I'm like, I don't like, this is a yoga class and she's talking like this. I'm like, holy shit. So am I allowed to swear in here? I swear sometimes. It's okay. Right? I mean, I
We
throw
are
some,
non-censored.
okay, perfect. Because I throw some bucks around too. So she's saying all this stuff, and I'm like, what is happening? And like with this squeezing, like pulling this pelvic floor. So I kind of tailor that in my classes. I'm like, pull the pelvic floor away from the earth, but really you're squeezing your sexual organs and you're squeezing your anus and you're pulling in your navel and you're pulling this breath like up the sushumna, up this middle spine. And like, I guide you up, so you bring it up into your pineal, and then that energy comes out like the 1,000-petal diamond lotus at the crown chakra, and then you bring it back around in like a torus field, and then it comes back into, you want to harness that energy, you don't want to let it go, and so you bring it back down and bring it then up back into the root chakra, which is I mean, it's a really powerful move. So you keep unlocking this energy, and what it does is like it heightens your intuition, your perception, like all your higher faculties start just like coming online. And that's actually something with Shayla, I've heard her say, like in her breath work, like we're coming online. But it's activating, right? And it's bringing more light into the body. So when you start unraveling this like gorgeous energy and moving it around your body, like the chemicals in your body start reacting differently, and you start making serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin and like all these, we call them good feel chemicals. And you walk away from this practice and you're like in bliss. Like it's bizarre. And anybody who leaves, any of my classes or my mini retreats, they're like, whoa, like what am I feeling? So, but what my teacher really brings into this yoga practice is like, it's not just about coming and arriving like to the practice and being on your mat. It's like, this is how we operate. So it's taking your nervous system and creating a parasympathetic nervous system all at the same time. You have 84 reflex points around your mouth. And when you're saying these words of these Sanskrit words of empowerment, they're actually sending messages to the vagus nerve, because it's the traveling nerve throughout the body. And it is reacting and communicating with the heart center. It's communicating with 72,000 nadi endings that are at the solar plexus center, which is super cool. And so all these things are starting to communicate and like really work together in your body. And all of a sudden, your nervous system, which we're so much in our heads, we're so much in fight and flight, right? Like who isn't like reactive and fight and flight a lot of their lives? It unravels, and all of a sudden people are feeling this parasympathetic state, and it's bliss, right? So when you're feeling that, it's like, oh, I want to bring this to my life. Like that's kind of like the goal of what we teach. And I'm in the Maya Fines lineage. And so we bring a much more like fun approach, lighthearted approach to this very traditional, very stoic, teaching from ancient India. So let's see. So the Kundalini, it's like basically active meditation too. So there's just so many like things about it. It's like, I'm trying to pick the most important ones. So what I found is like, it was active meditation. So at the time, this was like around 2012. And I was, that's kind of an interesting year. Sorry. So I was in these yoga classes. I'm shutting down my eyes, and I was understanding like this is no, that's okay. Okay. And I was going into like these active meditations, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to learn meditation too and do yoga. Well, this like actually combines both of them. So I'm moving my body, I'm closing down my eyes, I'm breathing through my nose, and I get to move my body, which is super cool. So I'm like, because I was like at that time, like I can meditate in silence now and sit still. But at that time, like I wasn't really able to do that just because I wasn't trained. I didn't even know what I was doing. So I'm like moving my body and doing all these different exercises. And I just was feeling like this kind of like, flow come out of my body and then into my life. So that is like, I guess that was the point I was trying to make earlier, is like, this is how I operate now, not just on the mat. Like I don't come to the studio or, get to the mat or get to my, well, we sit on sheepskin mostly. But it's like, this is how I show up to my kids. This is how I show up to my beloved, right? And this is how I show up to my friends and my family, and in a parasympathetic state. So this modality really did change my life. I ended up like leaving that destructive relationship and moving on. I raised my frequency, like here we go, right? Look at the background. Raising my frequency. This has been one of the number one modalities in raising my frequency. And when I did that, I actually drew in my beloved, and I met my husband, and we've been together 5 years. And he's really special. And he was like doing the same thing. But I was attracting the same man into my life, like as different partners before him, that were where I was at with my frequency. And I was like, God, I keep attracting an alcoholic. I keep attracting the same, like sort of man. And then I started raising my frequency, and I attracted Thaddeus into my life, which is super cool. And he attracted me. And now we teach all this stuff together. He's like a Qigong guy. And we just like, we move through the world, like in this beautiful yin yang, like unison. So the frequency part of it has been just incredible in how I just like show up to myself, and then how I show up to the world. And I'm actually a frequency coach, and I had no idea I was going to be a frequency coach. And so like I teach other people in my coaching containers this modality, because I think it is so important in how to move energy that's stuck out of your body. So the entire first year that I did Kundalini yoga, I cried. Like when you're on the mat and you're doing these movements and you're unlocking things and you're moving stagnant energy out of your body, it's like, it is bringing up stuff. We do this one, it's called har. And I try to roll my tongue, but forgive me if I, sound a little funny, but it's like har. My teacher's from Greece, so she can do it really well. But it's like har. And then you take your hands and you go like this, and we're like har. And it's called anger release. And you're like literally pulling stuck and stagnant energy out of your body, and how you feel afterwards. Then we bring in another modality after that, where we like hug ourselves, or we do a heart opener, and we bring in some like, they're called sat kartars. And this is to bring in love and fill ourselves up, because this is all about self-love. The whole thing is like filling ourselves up with love after we excavate all that junk from the past, or like whatever was in your present, and we're looking into the future. So getting in and harnessing that energy that's cultivating from within, because this is actually a quantum technology, and we don't have to look outside ourselves for it, because it's already built within the infinite intelligence within our body. So it's like super cool, and I love that. So my husband and I are like, we're in the biohacking world. And one of the things that I could see is like, there's always reaching for a lot of gadgets, something outside of our body, something outside of ourselves. And I was like, I think you guys are kind of missing the mark on that. Like it's all within, like it's all here in my heart center, right? And it's in my spine. And like, you have ways to unleash this energy. You just never been taught this. So this is that, like that ultimate biohack, because it literally is the quantum technology within the light inside of us, and then bringing that light. So I've been doing this yoga for probably 10 plus years, and every time I encounter somebody, they're just like, like, what are you on? They're like, your light is shining really bright. Like, I want some of what you're on. And I'm like, I don't do drugs, you know, like, I'm just high all the time because I engage in these types of modalities. And I've been really studious about and disciplined about doing this work, but it's been the digging out, because like, in order to get out of the woods, you got to go into the woods. So the digging out part is like really getting into these other, and basically they're called kriyas. Okay. And there's one that we do like a sword, and you're holding a sword, and you're cutting cords with your lightsaber. And so we just do these like fun Jedi moves. So it's actually a lot of fun. And then we start dancing. And so it's like, we dig out, we fill in with love, we dance, we celebrate, and then we go down to Savasana and we integrate all of it. And one of the things that sets this modality apart from other yoga classes is like, we usually pair a yin modality to the yang. So when I do this har thing, right after that, I'm gonna go into a Gyan Mudra, sitting and meditating and letting it integrate into my body enough time to, then I move on to the next like fiery or yang movement, where a lot of times in yoga, and you guys, there's a place for yoga, and I love yoga. I do it every day, the physical yoga. And a lot of times it's like, oh, we do all this movement and then we go and we do Savasana at the end. This actually pairs, it's a little bit more balanced in the yin and yang. And in my opinion, we live way too much in the masculine. We live way too much in fight and flight, and we're very reactionary, so that we need to really bring in more yin into our lives. And this is a great tool. And it's like, this is a tool in my toolbox. And everybody who's in my coaching and mentorship containers, like, I insist that they do this, that they're in my Wednesday noon class. And it is absolutely imperative that they're progressing, like, in getting this stagnant energy out of their body. The other thing is I insist that they journal 3 pages every day. So that's the digging out part, right? So okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys that root lock. And so this was actually this next Kriya that we're gonna do. This, I thought you guys would enjoy this. This was taught to me recently by a Peruvian shaman friend of mine, and I was like, oh my God, this is like Kundalini breath. So, and the way she did it was really cool. So I wanted to share it with you. So we're gonna start with. So is everybody? Well, let me just back up a little bit. Breath of fire. So this involves a breath, and it's called breath of fire. So breath of fire is done through the nose, and you're going to like put your hands on your abdomen, and we're going to breathe out really quick outbursts of breath. Okay. So it's going to look like this. Okay. So you're going to be keeping that pace up, and I've got some music, and I hope that it translates through the Zoom call. But give me just 1 second and okay. So we're going to put this breath on, and it's going to it's a little bit of like a guided, and actually that's not going to work with my earbuds. Hold on. I'm going to switch speakers quick. Thank you for your patience. Okay. MacBook speakers. Okay. Can you still hear me, Sheila? Everything's good? Okay, perfect. So, okay, so we're going to be doing this breath of fire. So everybody just practice for like 10 seconds. Just quick out breaths through the nose. And what your body does is, like, when you're doing that, it automatically inhales, because your body's infinitely intelligent. So it's super cool. So you're just like, you can go a little bit faster, or you can take it a little bit slower. So we're going to raise our arms, and we're going to do this Charlie's Angel hands. Okay. And we're going to raise them above our head. And so the first, don't do it yet. The first one is connecting to the sun. We're going to do 102 breath of fire. And then we're going to put our arms behind our back in that same modality. And then you're going to be pointing down toward the earth. excuse me, and that'll be another 102 breath of fire. Okay. And what it's going to do is it's going to oxygenate your brain and bring a lot of good feel chemicals into your body. So you're going to really feel like what I just got done talking about, you're going to feel it. So I really wanted this to be interactive and so you guys could experience it. So let's just get started. I will count. I'll let you know when we're halfway through, just so you can gauge a little bit of, because 102 kind of right off the bat, like I'm asking a lot, like I understand that, but if I didn't think you guys could do it, then I wouldn't suggest it. So, all right, here we go. So I'm just gonna put the music on to make sure we can hear it. We're good? Okay, so we're gonna take our hands, Charlie's Angels, and we're gonna raise them above our head. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway there. Okay, inhale, hold, and release. All right. So the next time we do this, I want you to, I'm going to challenge you, like we're going to close down the eyes while we do it. And then we're just breathing through the nose. Okay. So everybody, eyes closed this time. You're going to put your hands in the Charlie's Angels again, and you're going to put it behind your back and you're going to point down at the floor. Okay. And we're going to do another round of 102. I'll let you know halfway through again. And let's go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway there. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Whew. All right. So now we're going to practice 3 of the root locks. Okay. So this is that technology I was talking about, where we're going to lift the sexual organs and the anus. We're going to raise the pelvic floor away from the earth, and you're going to squeeze in the navel, and we're going to pull that energy. You're going to inhale, and then you're going to pull that energy, imagining it. So this is about visualization too, and imagination. So you're going to imagine a silver tube coming up your spine. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of guide you through each chakra as we go up. So let's exhale, exhale, exhale all the air out of your lungs. And then we're going to squeeze. We're going to inhale, and you're going to lift the pelvic floor. You're going to pull in the muliband, pull in that navel, and we're going to imagine the red light of our root chakra, and we're going to bring that energy up through the root chakra, the red, and we're going to clear as we go up into Swadhisthana, which is your sacral, the orange light of your sacral chakra, up into solar plexus, into the yellow, all the way up into the green of the heart, the bridge into Vishuddhi, which is the blue chakra, all the way up into Ajna, which is the indigo center, the pineal. And finally, you can release and imagine 1,000-petaled diamond lotus expanding off the crown chakra. Then I want you to pull that energy back down into the earth. And then we're going to pull it up again. We're going to do 3 of these. So here we go. Exhale, and then inhale, squeeze, Squeeze that energy. And if your body shakes a little bit and contorts, that's totally normal. Like that's good. That means like you're really pulling that energy up. So pull that energy up, pull up that silver tube, squeeze the root chakra, bring it up the silver tube, clearing as it goes up into the heart. Bring that energy into the alchemical laboratory of the heart. And let's bring it up into the pineal. And then finally up and out the crown chakra. Again, torus field around the body. We're fortifying your aura at the same time. And then last time we're going to exhale, and then squeeze up into that root chakra. Bring that energy up. Now you know what it's like. So do it a little bit more. Pull a little bit more. Squeeze in a little bit more of your navel. Bring that energy up into the heart. Keep holding up into the pineal. Squeeze. Feel if your body's contorting at all. And then finally up and out the crown chakra, wrapping it back around. Okay, so now if you are in a place where you could be in easy pose and you can be sitting down and cross legs, you can rest your hands, and this is called Gyan Mudra, and you can rest your hands in Gyan Mudra on your knees. So fingers is a planet Jupiter, that's inner knowledge, and your thumb is Earth, and that's you. So you're connecting to your inner knowledge, and so we're gonna rest, and we're just gonna hang out here and just meditate, close our eyes for just a second and just relax. Feel what you're feeling in your body. Feel any sensations that might be arising. Just breathing normal, regaining your equanimity, embracing learning something new today, celebrating the self, filling your heart with self-love, nourishing every cell of your body, loving your body a little bit more. Smile on the heart, smile on the face, little Buddha smile. Just letting our body come into a nice parasympathetic state. You're actually making chemical changes in your body by doing this. It's really cool. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, I might change the music here. We're gonna do a couple warm-up exercises. So I'm actually gonna sit back on my stool. So if you're sitting on a chair, that's totally fine. We can call this like chair yoga. Or if you're sitting on the floor, it's maybe even a little bit better. So what we're gonna do is, this is called camel pose. So I'm just gonna demonstrate as best I can at this beach house that I'm at. So my legs are crossed like this, and I'm gonna put my hands in front of my shins. I know it's a little funky with the virtual background. And now I'm going to put it back up here. You can see my body. So we're going to inhale as we move our body forward. And then we're going to exhale, and we're going to kind of carve our body back. Yeah. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. You're moving the heart forward and back. And you're actually flexing the spine like this. Okay. So just practicing this. This is called camel pose. So I guess the idea is like, it's as if you're riding a camel, but I mean, I don't really know what that feels like. So I'm not sure. So we're just moving back and forth, inhaling forward, exhaling back. So once you get it down, next level is to close your eyes. So we're going to go a little further in, and we're just going to speed up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to turn the music up. So you're going to get a nice little feel for what it's like to do a Kundalini Kriya. Okay. Don't forget to breathe through the nose. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep moving. Should feel really good in your lower back. We're just moving energy. We're moving that Shakti energy up your spine. Okay. Keep moving. All right, I'm gonna watch. You guys keep going. Good, nice job. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. So we're gonna come back to center. And we're going to do Soupy's grind. This is actually one of my favorite ones. And so you're going to take your hands and you're going to put them on your knees, and we're still in easy pose, or if easy pose is challenging, you can absolutely be sitting on the couch or whatever feels comfortable. And we're going to start moving our body in a circle, and you're going to take your chin and you're going to imagine that you're drawing a circle in the sand, like pretend you're sitting in the sand and you're drawing a circle all the way around your body. Okay. But your lower body should not be moving. It's just your upper body. And when we're forward, that's when you inhale, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. So you're kind of like moving with all the things in nature. So nature moves and grows in a dynamic spiral. So you're connecting to all the cosmos. And since this is the cosmic conversation, it's very apropos. We're connecting to all the things in nature. We're connecting to the way the trees grow, the consciousness of all the things that are in a dynamic spiral. We're connecting to our Shakti energy. We're moving energy up and out of our body. It's a very feminine move. It's kind of sexy. Just let your body, like, whatever it feels like, just keep moving around, inhaling forward, exhaling back. It should feel really good, especially in your lower back. And you guys, you can do this anytime. You just put on a song with a nice little beat, and you can, So let's close down our eyes and get a feel for what it's like to go deeper within. So this is one of the things, like, these are the 3 major warm-ups of just about every Kundalini practice, okay? This is the original teaching of Yogi Bhajan that he brought over. And this music is actually my teacher. So this is Maya. All right, let's come to the center. Let's make a tiny little baby, like in this nautilus, shell spiral, and then we're going to reverse anti-clockwise. Go the other direction, leading with the chin, inhaling forward, exhaling back, drawing a large circle around the body. Beautiful. Keep going. Go at your own pace. If you want to speed up a little bit, if you want to go really slow. Sometimes I have people in my class that are like, they just want to go really, like, take it easy and kind of feel into your vertebrae too. You get to be really intimate with your body in this yoga. And we're learning about our body more and more, right? Like, how is it I can move this direction a little bit easier than the other direction? And what does it feel like? So you're actually stirring things up in your body by doing this. Isn't that cool? Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then we're going to do one more after this. Inhale, exhale. We prepare the music. You guys keep going, keep moving. All right, so this next one, you can come back to the center. And normally I would do like a little meditation in between, but this is a little sampler, right? So this next one, I'm just going to pause the music. I'm going to explain for a moment. So you're going to take 4 fingers in the front and your thumb in the back and put them on your shoulders. And this is called spinal twist. So you're going to be twisting to the left, and then you're going to twist to the right. So when you twist to the left, you're going to inhale through your nose. So, and then exhale on the right. Okay. This is what it looks like in its like full glory. So it's really breath work, and you want your chin to tuck a little bit. Okay. So you're moving your arms. And so like kind of each time you twist, so you're going to like pull up under your armpits. This is a lymphatic, it's not stress, it's a lymphatic drain. And so it's actually putting some pressure on your lymph glands. And each time you twist, you can just like raise a little bit higher, and you're just twisting from your torso. Your lower body is not moving at all. Okay. So I'm going to put the music on. And after you guys get into it a little bit, I want you to close down your eyes, and we're going to be here for like, I think it's 4 minutes. So, but really concentrate on not dropping your arms at any point in time. This is a mind over body exercise. Okay. So we're going to hold our arms like this, and we're going to go for like 4 minutes, and we're not going to stop. And I'll let you know, I'll maybe let you know when we're about halfway through. So I'm going to turn the music up. You can start. All right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Remember, inhale on the left. Look at you guys. Nice job. This is great. I got to ditch this. Okay. Smile on the heart. Smile on the face. Beautiful. It's about feeling good, right? Feeling good in your body. Just breathing through the nose. We're going deeper within. We're going further within. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, if you start to feel a little dizzy and if you're going too fast, like just take it down a little bit. Relax. Okay. Try not to move from this position though. Like this is a challenge. Like keeping your mind on the prize, right? Like telling your body what to do. We're going to be here for 4 minutes, and that's the end of it. You're actually training your body when you do that. You're training your mind. Okay, keep going. We're almost halfway. This is a breakthrough Kriya. If you feel some pain, can you attach to the music? Can you think about something else? Connect to your breath. Forget to smile. It's fun. This is how we raise our frequency. Okay, start pulling up each time a little bit higher under the armpits. It's really good for your waistline, your lymph, glandular system. Bringing fresh oxygen to your brain, blood, circulation. There's so many health benefits. This is anti-aging. Having a flexible spine. Notice we were moving it back and forth, and then we were moving it in a spiral. Now we're twisting it. This is all about a flexible spine. Flexible spine, flexible mind. Keeps us young. All right, 45 seconds. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget to breathe. All right, if you want to take it to the next level, we can do cactus arms, fingers in Gyan Mudra. It's like this. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. Chin tucked, eyes closed. Now you can reach up a little higher too and really get into that lymph. Nice. Keep going. We're almost there. And then the last few moments, we're going to shake, shake, shake our hands above the head. Shake, shake, shake. And then we're going to bring our hands in prayer down the middle line to the heart. Let's take a nice inhale. Hold. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's end with a couple Satkartars. So this is about bringing in love. Okay. So this will be our last Kriya. This is Sat, S-A-T, Sat. It means love for the self. Okay, so you're right at the heart center, hands in prayer. This is actually combining an electrical current when you put both your palms together. That's why people put their hands in prayer position. You're balancing the male, female, positive, negative polarities of the body. So this is Sat, and then you're going to put your hands like this. You're actually, your hands will be at your shoulder, and then they're going to face out. And this is the signaling and the word for receiving love. And we're going to say Sat Kar, K-A-R, and then you're going to press them out. So your hand will look like this as it's out. And then it'll say Tar, T-A-R. So it looks like this. Sat Kar Tar. Sat Kar Tar. Sat Kar Tar. So you're going to say these words, because remember I talked about the 84 reflex points connecting to the vagus nerve. So I want to hear you say, these are empowerment words in Sanskrit. So they're actually doing something too. So it's the ability to bring in self-love, receive love, and then give love. So I want you to be thinking of that while we say it, and then while we do the hand movement. Okay. So it's a lot to ask, I know, but just try to think about your to-do list when you're doing this. Like, good luck. That's the whole idea. Okay, so let's just do this for like a minute and a half. Let me put my timer on. And oops, hold on one second. Timer. That's not what I want. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Sat Kar Tar. 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 All right, let's bring our hands to the center. Let's take a nice inhale. Hold that breath and exhale. Whew. All right, I invite the universal light to shine on all beings impartially. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace to everyone. Love to all. Namaste. So that's it.
Woohoo! How awesome was that?
Mhm.
All right. Wow. Thanks so much. I'm so glad that we've got all of these practices recorded, because I said, oh, I'll just add this to my morning. But now after doing that, feeling so good, I think I'll do it at nighttime.
Yeah, you can do either one, because I mean, it does make the body parasympathetic. So go right to sleep, or, there's other modalities that could be maybe a little, like this one might be a little bit much before bed, but definitely the Sufis grind can be really soothing. That one, I would definitely say, Sheila. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So now, are you guys incorporating these practices during your workshop?
Yeah, I'll be teaching, I think 1 or 2 classes during this time, but we are also doing with Shayla's breath work in the morning. And what I found is, like, there's these common threads between all these different people and modalities. And Shayla was using this Kundalini breath in her breath work classes before I even met her. I mean, I was like, oh, this is a Kundalini breath. So it kind of goes, across timelines. And Dr. Joe Dispenza uses the same breath, only on just like another crazy level. You ever done any Dr. Joe work? So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about this, if people are interested in incorporating these practices into their life, is there something or a particular modality that you would recommend that they start with before they move in, or do they jump right into the Kundalini aspects?
Yeah, no, this can be practiced by anybody, anytime. And actually, like what I just, did with you guys, this is like foundational, beginner, very, like warm up practices of this. So this was a taste of, this is for everybody. That's what I always say that in my classes. I was like, there's not really like, I don't have like beginner and advanced classes, because Kundalini is for everybody. And the more you repeat those, the words, the more you repeat, the warm-ups, you go deeper every time, and it's always changing. I've been doing those three things for 10 years, and they're constantly evolving and constantly changing. So no, it's for everybody. It's really powerful.
Beautiful. Now, did you say that you teach a class on Wednesdays?
I do. I teach an online Zoom class, and it's all donation based. I just ask, like $10 to $25, and anybody's welcome to jump in anytime. And it's always different. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I always love like learning new things. So anytime I learn something from my teacher, or I haven't done something in a while, I'll incorporate it. And it's always different every single week. So it's kind of fun. But we do, I shouldn't say that. I misspoke. It's usually the 3 warm-up, modalities that I just did, and then it's different. And sometimes we dance. I mean, it's all over the board. And we do the sword stuff. Sometimes it's shamanic drumming and more breath work. So it's just kind of, whatever I'm getting downloads, Sheila, I'm being guided, right, to do this work. And I channel in what the program is for that day, for that Wednesday. Yeah.
Beautiful. And so if people are interested in joining your classes, how can they do so?
Yeah, I can, let's see, so I have a Facebook, little, like, what's a messenger group. So I have that, we can share that link, or I can just share the Zoom link. I have a recurring Zoom link, or they can email me. So there's a couple different avenues. However.
Okay. Do you have a website?
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to put this information. So or if you want to put your information in the chat, so people can take a photo of it, copy it, whatever, in the event that they're interested in joining you.
Awesome. Yeah.
And if you'll speak it out loud for those people who are watching us outside of the audience.
Okay. So if you are interested in the Zoom classes, I'm just looking for it here on my, okay. In my Kundalini online class, you can email me. So it's Heidi, HEIDI, S as in Sam, IME @gmail.com. And I'm sharing the Zoom link, Sheila, so I don't know how to speak that. All right.
That's perfect.
I'll put that in the chat. Or you can find me on Facebook. I literally put like everything on Facebook. So Heidi Sime is my handle, my Facebook handle.
Beautiful.
So we can become friends. How about that?
Okay, I was going to see. Oh, there's Shayla. Hi. I think I lost you there for a moment.
Yeah, my connection is poor, so I keep dropping out accidentally, but I'm here.
Okay. Hello. So do you have any questions or any comments that you want to make?
Do I, for Heidi? Well, first of all, she knows I love her Kundalini yoga. I love it when we get up in the morning sometimes and we'll do the breath work, and then we'll do Kundalini yoga, and we watch the sunrise and do sun gazing, and it's so much fun. So I just really appreciate you sharing it with everyone. And it does really, it really loosens up the body and the spine and gets the energy flowing, and it just makes you feel good. So the more we do it, the better. And, thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, it actually aligns your chakras too, Shayla. Like I learn more about this all the time. And it's like what all those spine movements do is it takes the center of your chakra, the spinning wheel, right? And instead of them being kind of like off center, it brings them all into center on the Sushumna, that tube going up, because they're all in your spine. That's where the center of them are. So,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yeah.
think we have a comment in the chat. Oh, sorry, time zone. That is a great question. Central time zone. And it's at noon unless otherwise 12 noon. There we go.
All right, so 12 noon Central. Beautiful. Okay. So let me go ahead and open up. Does anyone have any questions or comments that they would like to make? Hey, Brandon, I saw you hop up. Do you have a question?
Oh, Susie does.
Oh, Susie, hi.
Wowie, wowie. This is so cool. I learned a lot of this in Tantra and the breathing, and I have gotten the lotus many times. This is so powerful, just so powerful. I'm so grateful you showed us these. These are things to just get us going. I love it. Just beautiful.
Ah, great. You're welcome. Thank you, Susie.
Thanks, Susie. And
It's-
thanks for all your wonderful music before we started tonight. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if anybody had any, like, do you feel anything moving through your body, or did your body feel tingly, or like, was this difficult at any point in time?
Hey, Mary, how about you? You want to share?
Oh, thank you so much. That felt so good. You are really energetic and also very calming in the same breath. So that's, I feel tingly. I feel more relaxed. I played 2 hours of tennis early this morning, so I can't move right now. But when I had my rug business in India for about 10 years, I used to do this every day. When I
Really?
was there, and I forgot about it. My shoulder got screwed up from playing too much tennis and golf and yoga and doing too much yoga, the other kind of yoga.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing it back. It is energetic and happy, and I feel so alive, and you're terrific. So thank you so much for waking us up and pulling us all together, connecting our dots inside and outside. So connecting our inner and outer selves. So where are you in the Midwest?
I'm in Hudson, Wisconsin. It's kind of by the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Like really
Yeah, I
close.
grew up in Chicago, and we had a house in Lake Geneva. I recognize your wonderful accent a little bit.
Oh, funny.
Anyway, you're a ray of light. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It was a lot of fun and very interesting. You're wonderful.
Thank you so much, Mary. It was really sweet. Thank you. I love Lake Geneva, by the way.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Hard to beat.
Yeah, right.
Stone, how about you? You have any comments?
Thank you, Tamara. That was absolutely beautiful. I do some of those meditation practices anyway, so it was good. I think of it as lifting the elevator and rising through. And as you go up, you've got your light shining, and it fills up all the rest of them, like the portal moving through. I also teach and guide in self-awareness, becoming the best that you can be, and knowing that you are so much more than the experience that we're just having here and now. So much appreciation to what you're doing. Thank you. And all good.
Thanks, Stone. Beautiful. All right. Any other comments? Olga, you have a comment you want to share?
Yeah, that was absolutely wonderful. That was what I'm thinking about, doing it every morning, because usually I don't have a routine for a morning. Usually it's just a struggle to get up and get going. So I think that will definitely help me to wake up and have more energy in the morning. So after this practice, I feel so much looser and more flexible, and I feel like internal heat, which is wonderful. I love it. Like in the morning, I usually feel so cold. So that's why I think that for the morning it would be wonderful. So yeah, thank you so much. That's amazing.
Beautiful. You're welcome. And that's one of the things, Olga, like that's in like you feeling heat, like it's just different for everybody, right? Like in some people feel tingles, some people feel heat, limber, more fluid, and that'll show up in the rest of your day too. Like that's what's really cool about this practice. So thanks for your comment.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Well, I have to say this was very fun. It was very lighthearted. I love your energy. Well, Shayla, I see why you invited her. I'd love to have you come back and do some work with us. So thank you so much for being here. With Shayla, thank you so much. And do you have any final comments for the evening?
Was that
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Shayla, let's go to you first, and then tomorrow we'll come to you.
Yeah, well, I would just love to share that Heidi and I joined together. It'll be our second annual time offering a retreat in Fort Myers at the Pyramids of Florida. And it's this really, really cool biohacking movement and spirituality retreat. People have amazing experiences. Last year, we had so much transformation. We're doing it again this year in April. So I'd love to invite people to reach out if they're interested in that. I could drop a link in the Zoom too.
That would be great. That would be great. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I'm just going to add to that. When we are at the pyramids, our retreat, we're doing this, this practice every single day with Shayla's breath work, with other modalities. And there's a mineral healing pond in the center and you sleep in a pyramid. Like there's so many layers to this retreat. And then we do some juice fasting and we're in the sun a lot. So you're like, when you leave, we had a woman, I'm just going to tell a quick story. She came in and you guys, she was really hunched over. She couldn't open her spine up at all. And after the Kundalini, after some breath work, the Lucia light, and then the ecstatic dance, we did the dance party, which is super fun. And we did it in the beach volleyball court. So that was cute. All of a sudden she was like, she stood up and she was like, I can't believe I'm standing up. And it's like, we didn't expect that. She didn't even expect it. She's like, I haven't been able to stand up in years. She went home standing up straight. And she was like, this is unbelievable. It was really cool. And we were just like, holy shit. We didn't know, you don't know what's going to happen. Right. But it was really interesting. So it's just a magical place. You sleep literally in a pyramid. It's pretty cool.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, pyramids in Florida.
Yeah.
I never heard of pyramids in Florida.
Well, they're not like the pyramids in Giza.
I know. But when you first said that, I was like, pyramids, what? Because I was getting ready to say, now exactly where are these pyramids?
Yeah. Most people
tell me more.
Right.
Yeah.
The homeopathic practitioner, her name is Gertie, and she's from Austria. She had an architect designed them, and she went to Giza 5 times. And she was like, I actually want to design them a little bit different. And we're like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah, she wanted to harness the energy of pyramids and she did it. And if you put a bowl of fruit in the pyramid, it will stay fresh for a very long time. She says, if you put a dull blade in there, it will sharpen the blade. And people have healing retreats there and comfort. There's a cancer retreat that goes, and it's just very.
Oh, I think Shayla cut out a little bit. I'll finish her sentence. It's very therapeutic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
well,
I was gonna say the people that come there that are for using as healing modality, they'll put their feet in, there's a mineral pond in the center and it's full of magnesium, selenium, and all these different trace minerals. And they didn't even know that water was there. And they were digging. I don't know why they were digging. They must've been doing some excavating. And all of a sudden the water just came bursting out. It's really a neat place.
Well, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. I finished your sentence with Shayla.
Thanks. Yeah. I keep freezing. Sorry.
I'm glad we both aren't.
I know.
Okay. Well, Shayla, so if you could put that information also in the chat, so that if there's anyone here that wants to go down in the pyramids of Florida and have this beautiful biohacking, technology, dragon or fire breath breathing, kundalini, whatever experience, it sounds like a blast. And I have to say, when you first said we were going to do that, I thought, oh, man, I'm not going to be able to make all these breaths. It was so easy. It was so natural.
Yeah.
The body was like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Why haven't we been doing it? And I'm like,
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and Sheila, it's the body's remembering how to do it, right? Yeah. And by the way, you should come to the pyramid.
It sounds so fun. What is the date?
It's April 16th through the 21st. Yeah. So
Beautiful. I've already got a conflict there, but
Yeah.
I will put it down for next year. Do you guys do it every year?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm going to start planning now.
There you
Good.
go.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for
Hi.
being here tomorrow. Thank you so much with Shayla. It's been a wonderful evening. I wish you guys the best of luck with the conference. And for those people who are watching at home that are not here in the audience, can you speak with Shayla how they could get a hold of you personally? Can you share your website?
Absolutely. I am Washayla Sananda. It's washaylasananda.com. You can see it spelled there if you see my little square, but it's WAXELASANANDA.com. I also have a YouTube channel and a podcast, which is The Alchemy of Ascension. So lots of ways to find me.
And you are on the Conscious Awakening Network.
Yes, I am.
So you can check her out there too. So
Thank you.
for everybody that was here tonight, thank you so much for being here. Much love to everyone. For all of you who are watching us on other platforms, much love to you. Thank you so much for being here. And this Thursday, we have Catherine Skaggs, who is new, that will be joining us. She's a friend of mine from Fort Collins, and she's a shamanic practitioner. She has written a book. She holds ceremony. And so she's going to talk to us about shamanic healing and how to drop into, personal ceremony in our life. So please be sure to join us on Thursday. And do you want to share a little bit about our speaker for this next coming Monday?
Oh, okay, you're back. I froze again a minute. We have, let's see, who's coming next week? Can you remind me?
I have to look too. Hold on just a moment. We have so many awesome people. Hold on just a moment, folks. And for those of you who are also wondering, please go to thegalacticalliance.org because that's where I get my information. All right, let's see. Let's go to our events section, see who's coming up.
Oh, you know what? It's Lori. It's Lori Spagna. I just remembered.
Yes, Lori. I love her. I met her
yes.
at Conscious Life Expo.
That's right. She was just there. She was just there. And she has recently moved to the Sarasota area as well. So she's one of my besties here now. And she is so amazing. She does ascension teaching. She's been in that world for a long time. She does animal communication, but she does so many things. And she's got the biggest heart of anyone you could ever meet. So you will love her. And she's been in this world for, I think, 25 years. So a lot of people are probably already familiar with her. She's such a sweetheart. So I'm excited to have her on.
When I met her at Conscious Life, and it was like, I know you, of course I'd never met her before, but it was like there was just this kinship there. So yeah, look forward to that too. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll have you back another time. So thank you so much. And for everyone out there, thank you so much for being here. And until we are together again next time, much love and namaste. So good evening, everyone, and have a beautiful night. Bye-bye.